Hey guys, what's going on? It's Good Fun Films, and today I'm bringing you the first ever Halo 4 multiplayer matchmaking game. It's my very first one, so if things I did wrong or things I did badly or anything like that, please just overlook them. Um, but I've got to say, this game is phenomenal. It's much better than Reach in every way. Starting off, if you liked Halo 3, then you're going to like this game. If you weren't a big fan of Reach, you are still going to like this game. This game has a much more Halo 3 style feel compared to Halo Reach because, at least in my opinion, the main reason for that is because there's no health. Like, if you see in the top of the screen, there's just the shield meter. And what that means is that, like in Halo Reach, even after your shields were gone, you could still keep fighting for a decent amount of time before you died. But in this game, like, if you get shot even a couple times, you're significantly vulnerable. Especially if your shields are down and someone else finds you, you are pretty much dead. That's why using cover and navigating the map a little bit better are very important. Whoever shoots first, that's also very important. But I think that it gives it a lot more Halo 3 feel, and I like it a lot more. That being said, the main things that I like about it, like I even said in the Halo 4 playthrough, excuse me, which, if it isn't up yet, it'll be up very soon, so just keep an eye on for that, is that the gun sounds really beefy. Like, in Halo Reach and Halo 3, the guns didn't sound beefy. Like, it felt like I was, like, shooting, like, pebbles at the aliens or, like, throwing rocks at them. It didn't feel like I was shooting a gun. And not saying that I've ever shot a gun, but in Call of Duty, excuse me, and I know that people hate when you compare Halo and Call of Duty, which I agree to a certain extent. The guns sound beefy, like some of them are like pum 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 pum, and now with Halo 4, the guns sound very beefy. They sound heavy, they sound real, and I like them a lot more. Especially the assault rifle. In past Halos, it just has not lived up. I don't remember Halo 1 for sure, but I think it was beefier than the Halo 3 and the Halo Reach version, but the Halo 4 one is much better, and I really like it. Now, the other things that they've changed is that they've added custom classes, which I know a lot of people were worried about that. They didn't like it, and they thought that it wasn't going to be good, but I actually think it works seamlessly with Halo 4. It's something that I would have really wanted to see in Reach as well, but I think that they did it really well in Halo 4. I think that so far, none of it seems overpowered. Each gun is very well balanced, at least as far as I can tell. I'm a pretty low level even now. I've played a few games since this video, I mean. But they're all very well balanced. Like, I had a chance to use the battle rifle, which came from Halo 3. I had a chance to use the DMR, which came from Halo Reach, and they were all very well balanced. I'm still a big fan of the assault rifle, or I should say the Halo 3 assault rifle, because it's just a really versatile weapon. Like, I prefer to be up close, and I think that unlike the Halo 3 battle rifle, at least I don't have as much luck with hitting targets and hitting headshots with the battle rifle. But I'll say the game's pretty new for me. I've only had it for like a day and a half now, so there are no absolute guarantees that what I say now is how I'm gonna feel in a week or so. But maybe like midway through this year, maybe in a couple months, I'm not sure, I'm going to do a review. Not really a review, but kind of my opinions on it this late in the game, how I feel about it, everything. Here's an assassination. I've got to say the assassinations are way cooler than they used to be. But that was, the customized classes were a really big thing, and I know a lot of people were worried about it. But, at least in my opinion, and I've played past Halos, and I've played Halo 3, Halo 2, Halo CE, the original and the remake of it. I've played Halo 3 ODST. I've played Halo Wars. I'm a little bit ashamed, but I even read some of the books, and I think I know at least a little bit, at least in my opinion, about Halo, and I think that you will not be disappointed. It has a really nice Halo 3 feel, which I like a lot more. The other thing that people were worried about is kill cams. There's something that, once again, was kind of taken from Call of Duty, but once again, I don't really see a problem with it. In all games, you can skip it if you don't want to watch it. In this particular game, which I believe is Team Slayer, and just quick note on this gun. This gun is the SAW, which stands for Squad Automatic Weapon. That's like a real-life military designation for a gun like this. It is unbelievably fun. I've heard it described as the assault rifle's older brother, and I really like it. It's just unbelievably fun to use. But like I was saying about the kill cams, is that was another thing that people were really worried about, and I think it works pretty seamlessly, once again, just like the class. You can skip it if you don't want to watch it. I never really watch kill cams because, to be honest, I usually know what I did wrong. Either I overextended myself or it was just bad timing, so I never really watched them. But in this version, in this game type, which is Team Slayer, there's no respawn timer. So as soon as you click skip, you immediately respawn. The one thing about that, though, is that in other gamers like Capture the Flag, for instance, there is a respawn timer. So if you want to watch it, you can, or you can just skip it and then fly around your dead body like you have been in past Halos. The one reason why I think they kind of had to add the kill cam, or just something in between death and spawn, is because because of the custom classes, there needed to be time for you to change your class, because usually people change their classes when they die, because usually they're like, this isn't a good class setup for this, or I don't really like this, or stuff like that. But at least in here now there's something in between, and I don't really have a problem with it. I know a lot of people do. And right there you saw that guy activating his hard light shield, which is that like almost like Jackal light shield. I've only used that a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's decent. I like it. I like Promethean vision a little bit more, which is kind of this short time x-ray vision. You can see people through walls, above you, below you, and it's really nice because people can't camp. Like when people are hiding in a corner watching you, you know exactly where they are, you know exactly which way they're facing. I mean, sometimes you can even tell what weapon they have. You can't really tell like between like an assault rifle and a battle rifle, at least so far, but you can definitely tell between like a rocket launcher, a sniper rifle, and an assault rifle. So I think that that's pretty nice as well, and a sword, of course, because that looks completely different. But I think that all of these things, so far at least, work really seamlessly, and I keep using that word because I think that they pretty much took the Halo 3 base multiplayer and just layered this stuff on it, and I think it came out to be really nice. The one thing that I'm a little disappointed in is the armor customization and just the armor itself. I don't really like how they did it. It's kind of a step back from Reach, actually. Reach was a very smooth way of changing your armor, and you could change a lot, and it was very nice. Now with Halo 4, it feels clunky to me. Maybe they'll send out a patch for it later on or something, or maybe it's just me for now, but it just feels very clunky. I'm not a huge fan of the armor itself. The armor, to me, I don't really like how it looks. But that's just personal preference. That has nothing to do with actually how the game is made. I was a big fan of the Halo 3 armor. The Halo Reach a little bit less. Now Halo 4 is probably my least favorite armor itself, like how it looks and everything. But it wasn't bad. Or I mean, it's not the worst thing, and that's just personal preference and doesn't affect the game at all. That thing that I just called down, that was actually extra damage. Not sure if you could hear it from the game audio, because I usually lower the game audio a little bit for my commentaries, but that's actually really cool. You can see like the kind of like it's a box with a bar, like a ring around it. As that fills up, every time I get a kill, I can either call in a power up or usually 2 weapons, and that time it has to be extra damage. Usually it's the same power up on the same map, so if I got another one, it may be different weapons, but chances are it's going to be the same power up, which I really like. I think, once again, it all works seamlessly. I feel like it's a really polished game, and 343i put a lot of work into it and a lot of effort to make it a really balanced game, you know? And I'm not bashing Call of Duty, and I'm not even really comparing them, because they're 2 completely separate games. I know a lot of people get annoyed, but I feel like Call of Duty kind of says, okay, what do we want this gun to be? Okay, we want it to be like this, but then we need to have 4 other guns that are slightly different than that, but still pretty much the same gun. Halo 4, or Halos in general, have 1 weapon for each slot. 1 sniper rifle, 1, like, assault rifle. Like, there are a few variations, because there are the Covenant weapons as well, and now there's the Forerunner weapons, but for the most part, it's all the same, and I think that it's just a much nicer way of dealing with things, and I think that's a lot more balanced. Assassination! The one thing that I do really like is I actually got to play a little Infected, which is now called Flood, which is kind of like the zombie survival almost. People play zombies, and then people play humans. Assassination! Here I go on a little assassination streak. But it's actually pretty cool, because when you're the Infected or the Flood, you actually play as Flood. It's a little bit weird because they make like gurgling noises and alien noises, so it's a little bit annoying, but for the most part, once again, it's a nice touch that I think goes a long way. And I think that all these things just worked really well. It seems like 343i really listened to the community. They didn't just completely throw out what we said. And here I thought that was kind of funny. That guy probably would have killed me, and I didn't kill him with the hammer, but I pushed him far enough that he didn't kill me. This guy, he was a little bit pathetic. He showed up just in time for my shield to recharge, and then I get an assassination, which is always fun whenever you get it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and a comment if you want to see more. I'm going to be continuing the Halo 4 playthrough up until the very end. I'm going to be finishing the Dishonored playthrough, and as well as Black Ops 2 multiplayer, and maybe a campaign playthrough of that. So let me know, guys, if you want to see those things, and please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.